Hey, everybody's doing. That's it, right? Hey, how everybody doing? Yeah. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Anyway, you guys know me, Carson Colbert. Charlie Brown, your boy, who likes to go around town. Anyway, my grandma used to tell me something that I need to find the good in things. Okay, think more positive. So I'm doing this new series right now. Basically based off of conversations and stuff like that I've had with my grandmother, or as someone will call it, his Gigi, my grandma Audrey. So this will be the first video to start the series off. And what I do is I'm gonna find 5 good things about movies that a lot of people had negative reviews on. I don't really know what the first movie is though. What's the first movie? Hey Kevin, what's the first movie? What do you mean it's behind me? There's nothing behind me. It's a green screen behind me. There's just a green sheet. What's behind me though? What do you mean it's gonna make me mad? What? It's gonna make me mad. Bunch of teeny boppers. It says Twilight behind me, doesn't it? Get you, Kevin. All right, so we're here because my task, the thing that I had to do, was to try to find 5 good things about the movie Twilight. So I know what your question is. Did you do it? Did you do it, Charlie? Were you able to do it? First off, let me tell you, the person that recommended this video for this one is Amaya. And Amaya's a Twilight fan. And one of my co-workers. What up? So, before I jump into this, let me say this first. Let me start off by saying this. The movie Twilight and the book series was not written for me. I'm not its target demographic. I understand that and I know that, okay? Now, with that being said, could I find 5 things that I enjoyed about this movie? And yes, I can. And here we go. First of all, I'm going to jump into it by saying this. Number 5. Number 5. At the beginning of the movie, well, not really the beginning. Well, yeah, it's somewhere in the beginning. So, Edward saves Bella in the movie. And I got to say that is honestly one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. Him swooping in and putting his arm out and stopping the car from hitting Bella. And he was like over by, I want to say a few feet, not a few feet away. He was a ways. Okay, a normal human couldn't have done that. Okay, so that's what started giving things away, that it was something special about this guy. Okay, it was something different about him than every other guy. Okay, and I enjoyed that how they started to get the ball rolling with that scene. Okay, but it was also before that he was talking to her and just giving away little stuff about how he was like attracted to her and stuff like that. But that scene itself is number 5. Number 4 is another scene in the movie, is the baseball scene. I enjoyed the baseball scene where they were playing baseball. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but spoiler alert. And those of you that have seen it, then not if you like the movie, you know why I'm sitting here trying to find the good in it. And I found it. But here's number 4, okay? It's the baseball scene. I really enjoyed the baseball scene too. The way it was showing their powers and how, they had to wait for lightning or thunderstorm to come, and so that they will be able to actually play baseball, and that's something that they wanted to do. The way they interacted with each other playing baseball and stuff like that, the way Bella started to see little signs of why they had to wait for that certain time period. And at the same time, throughout that scene, they actually introduced the villains to the rest of the cast in that moment. And I thought that was real interesting how they did that as well. How he smelt her, and when her scent, he knew that she wasn't like them, and him being a hunter and stuff like that. I thought it was cool how they were playing baseball and they were like, oh, well, let's join the team. Let's join up and play baseball with you guys to have a little bit of fun. I thought it was interesting how they presented that in that scene. I thought that was real cool how they did that. So let's go on to number 3. Number 3, I honestly got to say, out of the Twilight series, number 3 is going to say a lot. I think the Twilight movie, the very first one, is probably the best throughout the entire series. I really enjoyed this one as opposed to the other ones where it was always a lot of things in there. I was kind of like, a lot of things that took me out of the movie. Like, for example, I'm going to get a little bit negative right now, but for example, I was okay with the movie until the part where it revealed to Bella. Now, I enjoyed the fact that she went into all this stuff trying to figure out who he was, and they put that stuff into the movie. I enjoyed that. At the same time, the minute when he walked up on top of that mountain and then his body started to like glisten like a diamond, I was like, you kind of losing me here. And then the dialogue between the two of them on the mountain, when he was like talking about how she smelt and how it would be, how he would like bite her and stuff like that, it kind of took me out of the movie immediately. I was riding along with the movie until we got to that point. And I think back to when I first watched the movie, and here's the thing, I love romantic movies. Okay, I love watching, rom-coms and just romantic movies in general. The Notebook is one of my favorite movies of all time. If you just found this out, then you clearly have never ever watched anything with Around the Town or me, But I love that movie. Same thing with like Charlie St. Cloud. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out too. Anyway, there's a lot of good romantic movies out there that I really enjoy and I really love. But a lot of the dialogue, I know to a lot of people can take them out of it. And this is the first time ever I watched a movie where the dialogue started to immediately take me out of it. I enjoy and I love romantic movies, but the dialogue really took me out of it. I'm getting too negative and I don't want to do that. But I gotta honestly say that the pattern, the feel of this movie is fine. It's okay. It's just that when they got to that point, it seemed like a totally different movie for me, and it just kind of took me out of it. But again, when you got to the baseball scene, it brought me back. The whole thing about them trying to mask her scent and keep the newer vampire away, the people who are newly became vampires, keep them away, from her. I thought that was real interesting. Okay, I believe that yeah. So the scene where he stopped the car was number 5. Then the baseball scene was number 4. The fact that Twilight is the better movie of all of them was number 3. Number 2. Did I have a number? Oh, yeah, the teacher. I really like the teacher. I like the teacher's personality. The teacher that they had. Every scene that I seen with the teacher, I was like, cool. Of course, he was just kind of like background noise, but the teacher kept me, intrigued, and I was like, he was making me laugh and giggle and stuff. I really enjoyed the teacher, the actor that played the teacher in the movie. That's number 2. Number 2, not 3, 2. And number 1, the number 1 thing that I enjoyed the most, and I found the good in the movie Twilight. Number 1. Do you know what? Do you want to know what number 1 is? Do you want to know? Huh? So do I, and I'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I just want to say thank you to every single person that had the opportunity to go and purchase a copy of That Was Unexpected, a short collection of poems written by me, Carson Colbert. Wait, I just thought about it. Some of you are probably hearing this for the first time right now. So here, let me say it again. You can go and pick up your copy today of a short collection of poems by me, Carson Colbert, also known as Kharlie Brown. Anywhere you see the name Around the Town, Kharlie Brown, or Carson Colbert, please let me know how you guys felt about it. but you can get your copy today from Amazon. That's right, Amazon. That's the place to go to get it. Amazon. Go check it out. Get your copy today. Thank you, guys. All right, and the number one thing that I enjoyed about the Twilight movie when I had to find the good in it. Okay, here we are. And now when I say this, I don't know if you guys are going to really pick up what I'm putting down, but I'm hoping that you can pick it up. So here it is. I'm going to put it out there so you can pick it up. So the number one thing that I enjoyed were the supporting actors in the movie, like the background noise, basically. They were just doing things in the background that I rewatched it, and then I went back and watched it again, and I found myself rewinding it because I was always trying to catch what the other people were doing in the background. Like, there were kids being kids, you know, and that's something that I thought was really cool. Because, like, if you go back and watch the movie, and your main focus is trying to figure out what's going on with Bella and between Edward and the mystery and stuff like that, you know. But the kids around them and the certain things they were doing, like the one kid for some strange reason, which I wish I could say this too. This was kind of a part of part one. I mean, a part of the number one thing I enjoyed about the movie is I found myself trying to figure out why every actor, every male was like so attracted to Bella, because I didn't see it, but I was just like, okay, all right. And the more it went on, like every time she met a new guy or something like that, it was kind of like, hey, it's Bella. You know, it was like, hey, Bella, how you doing? Like, everybody was like, hey, Bella. And then the same thing with Edward. Everybody was like, hey, Edward. But then they kind of, you understand why they did that with him. He even explained why. He said, you know, everything about me lures you to me, which makes me a perfect killer, a perfect predator, which they gave that away. Okay, so which I thought was really interesting how they wrote that into there, and they explained that when it comes to vampires and stuff. But a lot of us already knew that before. However, if you just pay attention to the background and like everybody, all the characters in the background, what they're doing, what they're talking about, stuff like that. Like the one girl who's actually like the one guy who asked Bella out to the prom, but Bella didn't want to go with him. She was more, you know, interested in Edward. And she was like, hey, you know, go ask her out and stuff like that. And it was like the interactions in the background and the interactions with her, as well as the interactions with Edward and the father and stuff like that. Just all the characters in the background doing things. Now, as you watch the rest of the movies, the other characters are doing other things. But I think in this movie, it's like they all had their purposes in the background, that even if you weren't paying attention to the main characters, you can see the stories and stuff with the background. I thought that was really cool and really interesting because they weren't just fat litter. That's the best way of putting it. A lot of times when you see movies, you see stuff happening in the background, it's just stuff happening in the background, you know, just filler. But I feel as though a lot of the background stuff added to particular story beats and stuff in the movie, and I actually thought that was a good idea, and I enjoyed it. So, all in all, it was easy for me to find those few things, well, those 5 things in the movie. I did not struggle with that. And actually, I'm a 38-year-old man, okay? Again, I love romantic movies and stuff, but I was able to watch this, and I honestly got to say, I enjoy Twilight now that I had to sit down and watch it the way that I did. You know, I sat down and just viewed the movie for what it was. Especially considering the fact that I know for a fact this movie was not made for me, you know, in mind. But all in all, I think that Twilight, I will recommend it to certain people to watch it again because there are some things in the movie that I thought was really cool and really interesting. As a matter of fact, that baseball scene is really cool, so you guys should check it out. Matter of fact, if you don't even want to check out the movie, just Google it or go on YouTube and check out the baseball scene. Check out, even in the commercial, they show the scene where, you know, he jumps in like Spider-Man, boom, and stops, you know, the car from hitting Bella and stuff like that. And again, out of the entire series, you will enjoy Twilight, the first one out of the entire series. And it's a good start for the rest of the series where it gets you like, oh, cool, I wanna watch the rest, you know. But I wouldn't recommend any of the other ones really to you, but I would recommend this. Now, If you guys want to go watch it again, go check it out. Maybe you guys agree with me, maybe you disagree with me. And matter of fact, those of you that agree with me, comment down below. Those of you that disagree with me, comment down below. And those of you that love Twilight, comment down below so I can talk to you guys too. All right? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. It's a good start to the series. Yeah, it's a good start. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, Around the Town, Kharlie Brown. Well, no, not a good start to watching the rest of the series. Now, I'm not doing that. Forget that shit. I ain't doing that. I'm not watching the rest of them. No, what I'm saying is it's a good start to my series where I review movies that were really bad and try to find the good in them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Because I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not watching the rest of this series. I'm not. Okay? Matter of fact, you guys can comment down below for another movie you want me to watch. But I'm not watching this. Again, I'm not. I'm not. Okay? So don't recommend this movie. Okay? No, seriously, don't. Don't recommend the rest of these movies, okay? Not New Moon, not Eclipse, not Breaking Dawn Part 1, not Breaking Dawn Part 2. Don't do that, okay? We good? You okay? You good? You're not going, okay? All right? We're good? We're good? We're okay? You're not going to do it? All right? If you guys can pick up what I already said that, but you know what I'm saying. All right? I'm leaving now. Don't do it. Do not recommend any of the other ones. Don't. Don't do it.